Let me check one thing real quick. Yeah, we should be good. Alright. Pair. Still, the music's a bit too loud for my taste. Yeah, it should be good enough. Alright, long day today. Or at least it's gonna be a long-ass stream. Still, I'm gonna go for 2 hours in DayZ, and then I'm gonna keep the stream going because I have like 8 or 9 mission files I need to make, and then 1 I need to test for tomorrow, so, you know, fun stuff there. Let's go ahead and hotkey all of our stuff, and I'm sure we'll be fine. And because it's going to be a long dev night and I've slept half of the day because of personal reasons, well, I've got coffee for every death, because why not? Change it up a little bit. I'm sure if Cookie shows up, he's going to be mad, but it is what it is. We have stuff to do. That's some chucklehead revving their engine outside. Got some thunder and lightning going on outside as well, so I just gotta make sure nothing crazy happens. Go ahead and split some sticks up. What I've learned from playing with a very aggressive audience is you always want to have a handful of sticks and rags on you, because you never know when someone might decide, you know what? I want to break the streamer's legs like he owes me drug money. Yeah, not a good position to be in. Alright. With the bread loaf, if you enter from the back, you get glitched. Is that a vanilla feature? If you enter that car from the back, you just get stuck? I didn't enter it from the back, though. That's the issue. I entered it from the side because the back seat was blocked, so I couldn't enter it from the back. I entered it from the right side. So that's the only way you could replicate the bug? Amazing. So it wasn't even the way I did it. That's funny. Yeah, Reforger. I love how I've had people begging me for years to start, like, bringing Reforger to my community, and then these same people are all experiencing these bugs, and they're like, God, Arma 3's better, and I'm like, damn, it's almost like I've been telling you this for years, and you don't believe me for some weird reason. Crazy. You're gonna keep playing Reforger, though, because we put all this damn work into it, and I'm not gonna back off on it now, so, you know. Have fun with that. Yep, have fun with that. Man. Anyway, plan for today is 2 hours of DayZ, then I'm going to build probably 4 or 5 mission files. Almost all of them are going to be Rhodesia related, if not all of them. Schedule for this week is get all the Rhodesian files, because Ian queued up a bunch for like the next 3 or 4 weeks. I'm going to have to check the numbers again, but I'm pretty sure, I know he at least got 3. And then he talked about getting a 4th, and I just have to make sure if he did or not. I'll ask him if I see him. Oh, there you are. Yeah, right, Monday you're commissioning another, so I'm going to make at least the first 3 tonight. I have to verify some findings from some people as well. What is that, a BK-12? Cool. We want the 43. Some people were testing some settings on... Oh, cool, pistol ammo. That is the wrong one. There we go. I mean, it says damage, but it's fine. Oh, yes. All right, now we're cooking. We're cooking. People are being nice to me today. Excellent. It's because my tummy hurt. But people were testing some stuff with survivable crashes, so apparently Dream had some findings to show me. So I'm hoping that I can then calibrate those settings. At most, I'll probably refund one of the 2 transport helicopters, but because the other stuff was, you know, grabbed back, we'll see. But let's see how things go. Have fun on your Zomboid server. Don't care. Oh, no, that's rude of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm mid-rant. That was rude of me. I apologize. They streamed it on Discord? Cool. I'm sorry, Nix. That was rude of me. church into a bass noise. Well, so I'm curious, what was the results? Like, what do I need to change in the damage scripts, if at all? Or do I need to just adjust the vanilla values? Like, what do I need to change to make it work for you guys so Shepard doesn't tilt as a pilot and low-key make me laugh? Because I'm gonna be getting hot dogs with them on Monday, and that's not a euphemism. We're gonna go to Costco and get hot dogs like real men. But what do I need to fix for that? Oh, Tech. How are you, buddy? You okay? Everything good? Why'd you get stuck in the hospital? It's currently rendering? That spike almost got me. You have terminal liver failure. TLDR, get rid of the survivable crash mod. Ha! So we're just gonna then settle for the higher damage values. Okay. Oh, Tech. Are you on a transplant list? What's up, buddy? Are you okay? I mean, you're probably not, but I hope you're on the transplant list at least. So I have to dump the mod? Alright, I'll make an emergency hotfix tonight then. And then I will go over the mods and get them fixed. I mean, people recommended it. I thought, okay, cool, because this is what people want, but I guess we'll just have to rely on the heightened damage models and call it a day. No issues with the SOG variants? Yeah, well, the issue is it's a Rhodesian campaign, so we have to use the, you know, Alouettes. And I'm willing to bet it's because it's an older mod and it hasn't been updated with advanced flight models. Not the control scheme advanced flight model, but with, you know, it in general. So I would... Here's the thing. It's mainly for the pilots, and there's no way that... Because here are our two options. We either dump the mod and then we just rely on the enhanced damage values, which I know work. It just means they can randomly be blown up out of the sky, or I rig it so we don't have the damage boost, and instead, if they take a vanilla amount of critical damage, then they have like a 3-minute window. That's unfortunate. I could potentially set it where... Because the other way I was thinking of doing it is, I think you could set like a 3 to 5 minute timer, and then you could force it to crash land, or like land back at base and you like don't explode, but it like gives you that 5-minute window of if you don't get it back on the ground, it like cuts your fuel and then you'll nosedive. But I'm gonna be honest, that would mean it's practically, like, a non-issue. Like, they're rarely going to lose the chopper at that point. You're on a bunch of meds and you're on a very specific diet? That's fair. I mean, yeah, if it's only for the Alouette, then that's also fair. I guess, no, I mean... Dream's right, I'll probably have to do a poll on it. I need to, though, test the other method to make sure it works, so I guess I'll do that after the DayZ stream. Because I need to see if it's configurable in what I suspect it to be. And it, like, all it means is that Air's helicopters are gonna be a lot easier to bring out. Which... for now, I think is fine, because, especially if we start getting, like, heavy AAA, then it gives Air a much bigger buffer zone, because I'm not thinking about what's balanced now. I think what's balanced for, like, in 2 to 3 months when we start hitting Tier 5 on both Zapu and Zanu, and, you know, what's going to be balanced for that. You know what I mean? Survival crashes didn't work with Guns A Go Go either? Oh. I'm sorry, I was just told that it worked with SOG choppers, and that's a SOG chopper.
Send in goat team. 6.
Y'all are giving me conflicting information now. Okay. Well, that's a good way to put it, Zach. At least you're losing weight, but that sucks. I'm curious, if you have liver failure, does that mean you're not allowed to eat liver anymore? Liver is one of my favorite things to eat. Like, just straight up, cooked. Not necessarily pate, but if I had to give up liver, then, oh, my life would be tough. Because it's a nice, cheap cut of meat, too. Video will show me everything? Okay. We'll probably watch it after the stream then, and I'll just calibrate what I can. No, it literally didn't work? Okay, my bad. I thought I saw that. And again, I'm sorry for not being able to put the server up. It's like right after, I left slightly early for the, Reforger thing, because I just had a pretty nasty case of food poisoning sneak up on me. Oh, I love being an adult. Bro only has shades in his house. Oh, wait, there's more. Oh, and a flare gun. Yeah, that's... but no flare rounds. Why would you have those? Crazy. Gotta be careful around here. This is where tigers like to be. You put the server up? Thank you, Ian. I appreciate it. Wait, so Dream, what I need to ask then is the method that, So would setting the timer to like 5 minutes and then turning off the ability to take damage, would that allow the chopper to fly back to base? Or would it still then, like after you landed it back at base, it would still explode? Well, that's a good question, actually. Tack, are you an American, or how do transplants work in your country? Because if he's in Europe, then he's going to be on a list, and he's kind of SOL. But if he's American, there's a chance. But it also depends on what hospital group he's a part of. Oh, you're American. Yeah. Yeah. Huh. How expensive is a liver in America? I mean, if it's a beef liver, it's actually not that bad. But if he's an American wanting an American liver... the best I can do is get a group of people to go to China and kidnap somebody that's compatible with your blood type and your... I forget what the second thing you got to check compatibility for is. But yeah, we can do that. That would be cheaper. Plus VA insurance coverage. Oh, that's good. I guess, yeah. Do you have anyone in your family? Because the thing about the liver is it's an organ that can regenerate itself. You can give someone, like, a portion of your liver, and you'll be fine, and it'll actually grow inside of you. But, actually, I don't know how much of someone's liver you can donate for it to work, now that I think about it. I would assume half. It just means you probably shouldn't drink alcohol. Oh, that's a... Oh, oh no. Ow, you little bitch. Stay in there. Damn, we're hitting a lot of questions here tonight that I wasn't expecting to get answers for. We have to completely redo the mod set with survivable crashes. I'm going to use it as an excuse to add a few other mods, though. Because I keep forgetting. Damn, but I gotta, like... Some people are going to get mad because it's going to require a bit of, like, last-minute mod set downloading, but it is what it is. Nah, I want to... Which mod, Ian? Because if it's one of those, I'm going to quote you something, and you're probably not going to like the number. A live donation also only takes about 12 weeks. Wow, that's what? 4 months? 3 months? 4, 8? 3 months. Huh. Do you have to be on like a spinach high diet or a diet high in iron? Like, do you are you supposed to eat other liver at that point? Oh, he was giving up to around 70%. Oh, for the VA coverage? That's good. Well, obviously protein out the ass. But I know the liver is responsible for the production of, what is it, red blood cells? Or am I now making shit up because I just don't remember it all? You can donate 70% of a healthy liver? Oh. Well, but then you with 30% remaining would regenerate all of that, is what I'm trying to ask. Right? Bone marrow for red blood cell, liver for... Oh, platelets. Right. Yep, gotcha. I genuinely couldn't remember. It's been years. Like, I remember some things about bio, but there's others I don't. Oh, shows you where my focus was. So I guess I'm just curious what happens to the other guy's 30%. Like, I assume that regenerates, and if it's at a similar ratio, then it's going to take probably closer to, like, 8 months for them to regenerate the entirety of that liver, right? Yes, I know it grows, but I'm just curious what the timetable is. Guys, follow me for more. We found the infinite liver glitch. It's the DayZ staple. I mean, ever since that one Greek mythology tale of the crow eating the guy's liver, right? I mean, yeah, it regenerates. Crazy how that works. What mods do I want added? Yes, I just can't remember them on the top of my head, but I'll know them if I see them because, you know, I'm stupid. 6 to 8 weeks, even if it's only 30%? Damn. I'm assuming that has to be like a specialized diet as well, but... I'm actually curious what that diet is that you're on, Tech Priest. The donor heals faster. Really? Well, I guess because the organ... Well, actually, I don't know why. Huh. Yeah, Prometheus is the one that gets eaten. I know, I am pretty stupid. Just replace everyone's liver, Ace Medical IRL. Yeah, right. So we have in the like past 5 years, we've done some DayZ events. There was one where we just kind of sprinted through a bunch of stuff and a bunch of crazy shit happened. I don't think I have the manpower to do those types of events anymore because we used to have menus dedicated to like messing with the players for those events, but they were quite fun. Crouch running for tigers here. Limited water intake to prevent excessive fluid buildup, low sugar, and basically survival only level of sodium. Huh. How much is the survival only level? Damn, we're doing an education stream today, ladies and gents. Bro's eating like the Hunger Games. And I guess my follow-up question then is, like, after the recovery and surgery, like, what foods do they recommend you eat to speed up your recovery? I'm assuming, like, as someone said, like, high-protein foods, but anything else? Very low to not nuke your kidneys? Yeah, that's fair. Panth. Around 100 milligrams total of sodium for a full day? I'm gonna be honest though, if you're an American, that means that rules out quite a lot of foods off the bat. Like you're probably like either on a really strict diet in the hospital or you gotta like make your own food at that point, right? Alright, now I gotta be careful because I'm probably about to get attacked by raptors, but it is what it is. We're having a conversation here. Yeah, I think Mountain actually was in some of those events back in the day. 100 milligrams total of sodium for a full day. Hmm. I'm gonna be honest though, if you're like Rings a bell to me, but again, could be wrong. It's been a hot second. I don't always remember everything. Oh, hey, look, flare rounds. Damn, if only there was a flare gun earlier I could have looted. That would have been really helpful, right? Haha, smile. Anyway. I think that's everything here. That's a good haul. Oh, I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Outside of that, according to nutritionist, can we eat anything in moderation? Supplement muscle milk for extra protein because I need 1.2 to 1.5 milligrams protein per kilogram of body weight. Alright, so basically a high protein diet. I read muscle milk and my brain immediately went to a few things that were probably not Twitch appropriate. But you know... Someone got banned in Bo's server or something? Fair. I don't know, I've always liked the roleplay elements of DayZ rather than the PvP, because I'm just that type of player. Like, if I want to do PvP, I'll just boot up, like, Halo or Call of Duty or, you know, something from back then. Though I've heard these days those games suck now, but either way. I guess we'll run in town now, see what we can find. I'm gonna be honest, I love cooking for myself, but it does take a lot of time. And, well, if you're someone that has a community to run and multiple mission files to make, multiple videos to edit, multiple people bugging you about XYZDFG, yeah, you don't have a lot of time. One of the CDLCs don't work with Acre? Curious which CDLC that is, but I'm also not surprised. I mean, there's a bug right now with Ace View and TFAR where it just completely breaks TFAR if you go unconscious, because of course it does. Chicken breast stuff with feta and spinach, though. That's a good one. And we'll get Costco hot dogs later, buddy. It's possible it's also breaking more than TFAR. That's just great. Wait, didn't I just put you in the... I heard the noises. Did he not put the magazine in the... What? But I heard you put the magazine in. Where did magazine go? That's not how it works. Oh, no. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I hear bad noise. That's the not fun noise. Went in the square hole. Oh, talking about Stillwater? That is why we switched back, isn't it? Because they wanted to put Acre. I'm fine with Acre. Acre's a little more complicated, but I can wrap my head around it for, like, PvE or something. But, you know, some people are also super sweaty when it comes to shit like that, at least for PvP. Video DM'd? Alright, I'll take a look at it after the DayZ stream and start building stuff. I'll keep streaming, though, because why not? The mag went where all my spare socks go? Yeah, and they disappear from my life. Black bean and egg tacos on corn tortillas with salsa, avocado, and cheese for breakfast. Damn. Okay, I do have... Don't ask me why I have it, but I do have like 5 pounds of corn masa, and I do need... Masa, is that how you say it? I don't know. But I do need recipes for it. I need like some tortilla recipes. I need things to use that corn masa on, alright? I hear something moving over there, and I'm not gonna go over there. Tamales? Ooh. Someone shoot me a good tamale recipe, please. It's pronounced mas, not masa? Yeah, okay. Here's the worst part. I'm Mexican, and I still butcher everything. Yeah. 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 I'm only good at jumping walls, guys. It's just, it's in the blood. It's in the blood. I'm an Irish Mexican, and I can't even speak Spanish. What a wonderful time to be alive. Oh, that's better than what I got. I thought I was only good at being fucked by goats? Ah, well, I mean, that's DayZ. That has nothing to do with my biological makeup, though. Reminds me of Conan O'Brien at Taco Bell. I see. But no, tamales is a great idea. God, just stuff that bitch with cheese and whatnot. That's all I need. Oh, man, and a side of refried beans with it or something. Damn, I'm gonna make myself hungry. God. Y'all. Oh, artichoke. Okay. Alright. Tech, I'm gonna ask for a big favor. If you have any recipes, like if you eat anything that's really, really good, can you send me some recipes, man? Because I already know what I'm gonna be making this week. I got handed a butternut squash. So I'm gonna cook that. You know, do a simple dice up with it, cook it with a pork tenderloin, you know, an oven roast with it. I've been experimenting with tenderloins. I found that you can't treat it the same way, even if you give it a lot of help. You can't treat it the same way as like slow roasting a pork shoulder. I was thinking though, you know, if I, you know, had a portion of tenderloin compared to butchering up a big thing of pork shoulder, I could maybe save it, but nah, it didn't really work. It was just a little too dry, regardless of what I do with it. That doesn't sound good. But later on, I've got a bunch of heirloom tomatoes of different varieties, so I was gonna mix them all up into a marinara and maybe make a pizza out of it. I did that a little while ago. That was also pretty damn good. Is that what that shooting is? Oh. Well, that's not good. That's fair, Tech. I also do really like one-pot recipes where it's like a chicken Alfredo or something, and you just cook everything in one pot because it makes the cleanup so much easier. As long as you don't go crazy on the prep work, because that's how you can still kind of screw yourself over. Just got to be careful about that. Yeah, Instapots are also good for stuff like that, too. I also do love slow-cooked recipes, because it's so nice. You take a super cheap cut of meat with a decently high fat content, you just, you know, get a nice sear on it, and then you just put that bitch inside with a little bit of, some form of stock, and you can make that yourself as well, and it's just delicious. Absolutely delicious. Damn, this is a DayZ stream. We got stuck talking about food. I haven't even eaten that much today. Ah. Well, suffering builds character. That's what I got coffee for. Oh, speaking of hydrate. Hell yeah. How long was I stuck in the van? Literally since I got in from the side door, and people already told me they recreated it from getting in the back door, giggity, with that van, but the van's back door was blocked. It wouldn't let you in, so I got in through the side, but apparently it still bugged us. And then I'm told, oh, that's just a common bug, and it's like, cool, great, let's not use those assets again, please. Reinforced baseball bat, and it's badly damaged. Well, let's see how long we can make it last. Just call me the Cat in the Hat. Finishing 42-gram cookies and cream muscle milk. Yeah, nice. I will admit, I think I'm going to Zeus the next Reforger mission because I was hoping today would be a lot more intense. And I want to kind of, like, sit horse down and have him play on what I expect that difficulty to be. Because the first one was pretty good. Second one I was just hoping would be harder. Because, I mean, the first casualty for a while was me turning around and watching Angel run in front of Charlotte's line of fire as Charlotte was shooting. And then blow Angel's head off, and I'm just like, bruh. A very valid Angel thing to do, not gonna lie, because he's such an aggressive player, but he doesn't always check his sides or like have not intuition, perception over what other people are doing. So yeah, no, Angel would absolutely just, you know, walk up and get blown away like that. And why did I just hear a landmine? No. I didn't get blue on blue. That was an op-4 RPG gunner. Not this. Why you got to do that to me? Oh, that's got no sight. Okay, well, we'll just stick with those. No, the AA truck didn't shoot me. An RPG hit the car I was driving up because I was told to drive up to an intersection, and I did, assuming it was clear, and it was not. But, you know, in my brain, I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Bravo's covering the intersection, and we're driving the vehicles up to get out of here. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. And then I drive up, and I'm like, are those friendly? Those aren't friendly. And then I see the RPG come in, and I'm like, oh, ha, yeah, okay, yep. Awesome. Great. Yeah, that was something. Yeah, so we had a few people cross-playing today, so we had to calibrate the server for that. And then I think, Ramalot, you were just on one of the default nets instead of one of ours, which makes sense because you were late joined because you were having the cross-play issue. But again, I mean, the whole point of these first few ops is to sort debug issues out before we actually start doing, like, some semi-serious bullshit. Speaking of semi-serious bullshit, hey, yo. What the dog doing? Why is the dog making them noises? No. Nah, I'm just eating cereal in here, bro. But yeah, anyway, Tech, I hope you recover well. I promise the next time I step on a landmine in any game I play, I'll think about you. Did I get a new mic? No, it's the same mic I've had for years. It's just sometimes OBS likes to screw with it because it's a Sportscaster headset plugged into a DB8 286 box that's also plugged into an EVO4 box. And if it likes to be finicky sometimes. The loadout mod is not controller compatible? You mean the Arsenal mod? God damn it. I'm gonna have to go harass Drumheller, who's gonna then tell me to go to one of his S4 guys in the 506, but I'll try to find some time within the next 2 weeks to go and ask the 506 guys, hey, how do you do your certain mod set thingies, because I need some help. Oh, speaking of help. It's time for that lovely game of suffering builds character. Do I have any in you? Oh, I do have 5 in you. That's cute. That also doesn't sound right. We're going to pretend I didn't word it like that. Shush. Shush. And that's what I call a hush puppy. Just gonna hide in here for a second. Because zombie pathing in this game is actual bullshit. Hey, yo, why are they quiet now? Why do they not make noise now? That was a little concerning. Giving me a little heckin' concern here. Oi! At least you didn't die. Yeah, I blew up. That's great. Hey, crazy, how you doing? Why'd you stop moving? Oi, keep going. Anyway, let's go over the schedule this week, because we have a lot on the schedule, funny enough. So, Monday, we're going to be doing Rhodesia. I'm only doing one op because afterwards I'm going to be going out with Shepard. We're going to get some hot dogs and talk about some Rhodesia stuff. Because once every few weeks, I like to genuinely pick his brain about things. Razor's saying 50-50 about the noise. Yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. But, you know, he'll tell it to me straight of, you know, how are the players doing? How's everything going? Because I'm about to start advertising that campaign on, like, you know, Milsim units and whatnot. And I just want to get the ball rolling. That being said, I know he's going to bitch at me about the choppers. I'm prepared. That's why we're getting Costco hot dogs, so I can at least eat a glizzy while he bitches to me about the choppers, but it's all good. Tuesday, day off. I'm going to be using that as a catch-up day, mainly for editing because, guess who's behind on editing again? Smile. Wednesday, we're going to have 2 ops, and they're not the op, like, neither of them are going to be an op that you actually think we're going to run. One is going to be a test op for Devour. That is so I can poach him for the project, and if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it, but it's basically, you know, something Arma 3 and Unreal Engine 5, maybe. So he'll owe me a favor to work on that, or at least, you know, give his 2 cents on it when I need him to. In exchange, we're going to be doing a test op for, his necrophage mod. And fun fact, if I do this, he might also work on it some more because of the custom skeleton framework that got added to Arma 3. So it's a win for everybody if I do this. And if I wasn't supposed to share that, well, oopsie. Anyway, the second op is going to be a meme op because I am actually going to take advantage of the frickin' thing that happened in Arma Reforger between a bunch of people's accounts. I'm not going to name them, but they know who they are, and it's just going to turn into... If anyone remembers way back when we had the Logitech, like one of the partners that worked with the company, and we put a bunch of Logitech staff in a church and tried to rescue them, and then one of... I think it was Andruza from way back when put a tank shell in the church and blew them all up with bloodlust. Yeah, we're going to be pulling something like that. Why? Because funny. That was a long time ago, but that's what I thought of with all the shenanigans that was happening, I think, last Wednesday. So we're going to be running a second op on that. Thursday, I'm going to try to run a zombie op in the morning because I've been trying for months. It's just schedule keeps effing up. And then we're going to be... It's the off week of Pog. Though I think the next Pog mission is potentially going to be the final one because I think I'm done Zeusing for Pog for a little while. Just because I want to play on the ground instead. But that's, you know, down the line. And then Friday morning, we are going to be getting into the Reforger rotation. Ooh, gun. Mine now. Ooh, gun. Why are there guns? What happened here? That's concerning. I think I know, but I'm not going to say it out loud for fear of reprisal. Anyway. Something AI, something got shot in the face by Razor, something zombies ate good today. But yes, Horse, if you're running something Thursday, let's make sure it gets tested ahead of time, buddy, okay? Because if you interrupt Pal World time, you're gonna get the touchy. Are you aggroing on me? What?
Liru, I want my goat back.
Damn goats. Oh, hi, hello. Yeah, you weren't there a second ago. More gun. You know what? More gun is always better than less gun. But let's see. So Friday, we're going to be doing Mission 2 of the Sci-Fi mod set. And... trying to think if there's anything else. But that's going to be, you know, Halo. And this is a really great way for me to get shot. How badly do I need food? I really don't. But you know, the urge to rat his can of food is too strong. So that'll be a ship breach op, and oh no! Oh no! Whoa! Whoa! Rack the bolt, you idiot! Rack the bolt! Oh, that's just unfair. Hey, buddy, you chill now? You chill? Hey. You chill? He's not chill! Oh, I'm so fucked. No! So he took an entire mag of P90. He took a full mag of AK. Okay. I see how it is. Might still be alive, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. I thought I crippled him. I'm like, okay, maybe he's chill now. Maybe I tired him out. Maybe he's good. No, he did. He baited me. He's like, yes, maybe if I get him to run away, I can eat him. Yes, horse, I completely understand. And again, this is why I don't really want to touch Reforger, but other people want to touch it, so I'm like, fine. That's why I'm outsourcing it. Damn, that took half of my health, bro. Pain. I get launched too? God damn. Where'd my shotgun go? Bro literally hit me so hard, I ended up all the way over here. That's nuts. Alright, where am I? So I need to head north and around, but there's a lot I gotta do here. There's airdrops over there. This should be interesting. Just want to make sure I'm not dropping the bullets. Cool. So, again, what I'm planning on doing for Reforger is even after all this shenanigans, after we get it tested, I'm just going to do some small-scale Spec Ops styles bullshit. I'm not going to do anything, like, really high-end. It's just going to be playing around with mods. Because I don't really... There's nothing else I can really do with it, let's be honest. Just because it doesn't have that mission-making capacity. So, you know, that's the best I can do. Cat food. No, thank you. Is that a tox gas bubble? That's cute. I saw that projectile in there. Okay, that's someone that's not really nice, so we're gonna just walk away. I don't know, because we don't have a lot of PvPers. The PvPers in my community have kind of come and gone, but I'm gonna also be honest, a lot of them always get an ego, and I don't really feel like dealing with that again, ever. I do love Alfredo. Thank you, Tech. But yeah, I don't want to deal with that. There's a reason I don't, like, there's a lot of people I don't deal with. Because I don't want to deal with their ego. I don't want to deal with anything tied to them. I just don't want to deal with them, period. Because god damn, some people are annoying. When you've lived on the internet for 10 years, making your living off of it, you definitely learn there's certain groups of people you avoid like the plague. And there's certain people you work with, and then you're also always cautious because you never know who can stab you in the back. God, I have learned that the hard way quite a few times. But that's life. Wait, did you just reload that from the bottom? What? Got killed by a guy camping behind the bushes, like miles behind the trench line. Yeah, because some people do that. But that's also why some people prefer that game over others, because you just have that certain type of play style. But I wholeheartedly agree with, if you really... That was weird. If you want something plug and play, just go play, like Battlefield right now is the latest craze. Go play Helldiver. Go play, like, there's so many good games that, like, require plug and play. I would say, you know, if you want to play Arma 3, you want to play something that is truly customizable. But if you're looking for it as a plug and play option, you either need me as your Zeus or somebody else that's willing to go, like, through the hoops of everything to, like, make something truly unique for you, and that would be, like, Jansen. Why did I just hear somebody? What? There's a mod screwing with me, or he's up there, because I didn't see someone on the ledge up there, but... Yeah. Rude. You're rude. Oh, well. That's fun. But no, I've never claimed Arma is like something everyone should play. I would say maybe back in 2018, 2019, it was different because Arma had one of its first golden ages of modding. But it still wasn't the best game to play if you preferred like optimized games. Nowadays, I would argue it's one of the best things you can play and definitely sink hundreds of hours into, but now people have simply, you know, moved on to other things. And there's just a lot more options to spend your time out there these days. Back then, there was a lot of, like, MMOs and whatnot, but, you know, they would get repetitive fairly easily. Arma, you could still, you know, claim got very repetitive if people didn't vary what they did, but there's, you know... There were still places out there that knew that issue and would adjust it accordingly. Ramlot, I'd say the best thing for Pay for Pain right now is to go join the Rhodesia campaign. I don't know when I'll do another one-off Pay for Pain. It's not going to be probably till next year. Like, the only way you'll see a Pay for Pain come up with me is if something happens in my life where I do need to raise a few $1,000 because something silly happened. And I don't want to deal with that. You know, like, that's a hopefully it doesn't happen sort of ordeal. Yeah, right on, man. computer costs are going to be a bit hell for the next 2 years. They'll eventually stabilize when the AI bubble bursts. It already did for Korea, but we still got to wait for the States. And then the economy's going to freak out, and all the frickin' boomers and billionaires are going to freak out for a little bit. But, I mean, the rest of us will probably be fine. Yeah, they're gassing me. Cute, though. He almost boxed me in. Look it up. Yeah, the AI bubble for Korea's stock market crashed like a week ago. I was hoping it would daisy chain into the States, but it didn't, which is unfortunate. Bloodwing, I think she's listening to something upstairs. I think they're fighting zombies in there. Nah, AI. I could have sworn it crashed in Korea a week ago. Something collapsed on their market, though. It had a major dip. Did that not trigger a full-on crash? Because I thought it definitely caused margin calls, though. That's what screwed people over, but, huh, okay, well, F me then. Ding don, my opinion was wrong. Who would have thought? SKS is a great gun, because 7.2x39 is pretty common. At least when you get into military areas, but till then, cleaning kit's also pretty good. Well, if it took a dive, it means eventually, like, it will crash, and we see everything moving towards that crash. Because it is literally just the same 7 companies sharing a bunch of money, so, you know. We'll get there. But these things, unfortunately, take time. Ding. Do I need to be concerned? Because there were 2 players chasing after me. They were going into the castle. Oh, no. No, wait. Double ding. Double ding. Double ding's not good. Double ding bad. Double ding bad. Double ding bad. Oh. Lovely. Double ding not good. Double ding bad. Double ding very bad. I just had a sip of coffee, don't worry. Yeah, so I know the phone market in China dived because China decided to, like, do a price cut, and Huawei, however you pronounce their frickin' thing, they bring their prices up to be just under Apple's, and Apple lowered it so much to the point it, like, it goes under Huawei's cost. Oh, there's literally a raptor on me. That's great. So, you know, just some small market shifts throughout the world, but nothing too crazy. Why are there a bunch of goats? Rip my P90. They just surround me in goats? Is that what this is? Okay. And there are still raptors in every single direction. That's just lovely. Oh, they killed Buck. Damn. Guess he won't be a Spartan anymore. So if I just follow these goats out, I should be good, right? Just follow the goats out. What do I think about satellites having data centers on it? I'm fine with that. As long as it's not next to me. If it can just have its own solar power systems. I mean, there's potentially some security issues with that. And it creates a strategic target to hit, but that would actually be a great way. Plus, there's some other benefits with it, but I can't get into that. Hey, why you making those noises, buddy? Oh, Triceratops! Oi! Hey! Hey! Chill! Fat bastard dino. Yeah, okay. Yep. I don't think I was really getting out of that town alive. I was being chased by 2 players and, yeah, 20 dinos. Radiative cooling? Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The writing is on the wall on... We've been having some major water shortages for a while. And now adding a bunch of data centers that require a massive amount of water is probably not a really good idea. And now, you know, we're also having the world having more extreme temperature shifts between winter and summer. Is it climate change related or is it just something natural? Either way, it is something that needs to be, you know, addressed and prepared for, but we're not doing that. So, you know, like... There's some issues on the horizon, so... Good luck. Oh no, are they gonna fire another, like, 500 airdrops in the sky again? Oh, hey, look, it's the ammo for the SKS I wanted. Wow, I'm so glad I could find it in this life where I'm a ginger. Righto, Razor. Take your time. The radiators and also the boosters might trap us here? Yeah, well, you know... If it means we eventually, take out all of the bad people that are causing all the main issues, then I'm fine with that. Let us be a footnote in the cosmos. Because at this point, life isn't about... And this is going to sound a little selfish at first, but life isn't about what our species right now can accomplish as a whole. Life right now is just about the experience. And what you can experience in the limited hand you are dealt. There's a very small percentage of people that can have the world. There's a very small percentage of people that are able to then get the world. But, you know, still. They have a hand that they're dealt. They work it. And there's quite a few people that still do have a good hand and fuck it up. Oh, it be like that. But no, the world's not gonna, like, die anytime soon. No, there's just gonna be some shifts of things, but nothing too crazy. Oh, I spawned here literally the other day. Okay, so we're gonna go this way then. But, you know, life's all about the experience, the journey, if you will. You know, the cool thing about is what Starship's capacity is? Or capability is? I mean, yeah. There's been a lot of interesting tech developments in the past, like, 10, 15 years, don't get me wrong. I think we're still trying to get through the lithium-ion battery barrier, but once we do that, then cool, we'll have some really cool ways to store energy, but... we still have an aging infrastructure for energy that we need to adapt and expand on. And if we don't, well, go look at what's happening in South Africa right now. And, yeah, you tell me what the issue is. Because until they fix that, yeah, that's going to spiral. Bless you. I could hear a sneeze through my mic, damn. 2 words, moody teenager. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I can't wait to have to deal with that. That's sarcasm. Oh, I'm still waiting for one of the AIs to go rogue and get out, and then we have a Terminator situation. I'm gonna be honest, that's what I want the next sci-fi rotation to be. And oh, that's a lot of zombies there. Okay, we're gonna avoid that. I really want to just say F it to the polls, and for September, we're gonna do, or at least halfway through September, I want to switch it to Terminator and do like a 4 or 5 mission spec op campaign, because I think it would be funny. Also, I'm going to be honest, I'm also completely disinfatuated with the polls at the moment, because we always have raw information work through it. Oh, cool, rain. Yeah, penguin, and there's a lot of funny things with that, but oh, that's a rant for a different day. That is definitely a rant for a different day. Also, Smitty, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for the raid. What were you playing? We're just chilling. I got eaten by raptors a few minutes ago. No, a triceratops decided to turn me into a pincushion. It's not a fun experience. But I'm going to be doing, let's see, another hour of DayZ and then like hours and hours of mission dev. So, new life, just trying to recoup. I got hunted by 2 players too, and that's what led to my demise via raptors. Haha. T-Rex also juked me, and that was funny. But yeah, we were talking about liver surgery and dieting, and now the topic has shifted to space and the world and all this other crazy stuff. Look, I'm gonna be honest, Penguin. The polar ice caps melting thing is BS. All right, like I grew up being told, "Oh, the polar ice caps are gonna melt by the 2020s." If you actually look at the past few years of data, they've been gaining ice year by year now instead of losing it. So that one's BS. But they do their best to hide that type of data. But I think since, like, what, the 60s or 70s, there's always been something propagated by fear. Like, one of them was we're going to run out of oil, I think, and that still hasn't happened. And that, what, they started bringing that one up in, what, the 70s or 80s? Take about 17,000 for the Greenland ice sheet to melt, yeah. But again, it's a fear campaign, and fear sells. Why do you think the mainstream media always rules with it at that point? But it's okay, education's a choice at this point. You have a machine that you have in your pocket that you can use to literally gain any information you so choose. Ooh, lightning outside. But then again, most people don't know how to use it properly. They'll just use it to confirm their own biases and move on. I do that. A lot of people do that. It's okay to do that. But just know, you're handicapping yourself. But I will admit the cat videos are funny. Oh, yeah, cows are responsible for everything. Yeah, cows are responsible. You know, not, Oh, no, we're not going to get into this rant. No. Because this is going to mean now, it's going to turn into me talking about the electric eels, throwing your car battery in the ocean, and then ranting about China and India, and then also telling you all that, oh yeah, by the way, 95% of the plastic waste that ends up in the ocean comes from 10 different rivers in the world, and they're all tied to China, India, and Africa. Crazy. But, you know, Europe is the problem, and America's the problem. Ah, yes, Americans and their AC. If Europe wants to come over and mess with my AC, well, I've got a gun safe, and we can play that game. I'll die for that AC. I still can't believe we ran an op, though, where we literally dropped AC units in, what was it, Scotland? that was the last meme op we ran a few weeks ago. That was still, I would gladly do that op again. That was funny. Absolutely would run that again. Yeah, oh yeah, and then Europe is the country with the most heat deaths per capita, mainly because you're old, you get old enough in Europe because they, you know, have a higher standard of living, but nah, you would think if the EU actually gave a damn.
It is? Do I get to torture
Yes, you do, Czar. We're just ranting about the environment right now because we always get the funny topics on these DayZ streams. But you know, you would, I had a conversation with a Polish guy a few weeks ago on my Discord about this because he wasn't really seeing the dystopian side of things. Because the EU commission that deals with the environment stuff, they had a heat wave and they shut off the AC for floors 1 through 6 where all the grunts work, but on floors 7 and above where all the executives worked, they kept the AC going. And if that's not an example of like two-tiered systeming for, you know, rules for thee and not me and how Europe actually sees these issues, then if you're not going to see the issue with that, then there's no helping you. You know? I don't know. And then you have the people that are also very two-faced with enforcement like that, where, you know, they want you to, you know, drink out of a paper straw and drive a hybrid to save the environment, but then they're like, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift's coming to town. Let's, you know, get tickets and whatnot. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift's... go look up how many times she uses her private jet in a month. And go weigh that CO2 emission level compared to everything else. You'll learn a few things. You'll learn a few things. Oh, perfect. What do... I don't need the 22. I can just find that in a pistol. And I want to clarify, guys, I don't care what people do with what they have because I'm an American. You know, I love my lifestyle. I love what I can do as someone in a very shrinking middle class. But I just don't like people's hypocrisy. I don't like people telling me how I need to change my lifestyle to help a cause that affects everyone in the world when I'm not responsible. If you look at the statistics, there are other countries that are much more responsible, but because they don't want to go over, and when I say they, I mean like, you know, EU commissioners or people that claim to care about the environment, they don't want to go after China or India or, you know, African countries because that would be too difficult. But, oh, they can bully Americans into guilt tripping and making them feel bad over things. And, God, it doesn't even make a difference. That's the worst part. Here's the thing, though. I'm all for energy efficient vehicles or vehicles that, you know, are electric based. But we don't have the power infrastructure for it. And when you ask those same people, like, okay, we're going to upgrade the power infrastructure to do it, they're like, I don't know. And then meanwhile, like, a year later, like, oh, data centers. Oh, that's going to raise the power of our energy bills. Oh, we can't do that. But, huh? But weren't you saying earlier you wanted everyone to drive an electric... huh? What? Bruh. It suddenly stinks of hypocrisy in here. Oh, look, it's the Catholic Church. Haha. Thank you, Alucard. I appreciate it. Oh my god, don't even get me started on the nuclear power bullshit. And this is something I've actually had to educate quite a few people on, because people are scared of Chernobyl or, God, I always forget the name of the one incident. Fun fact, US actually had the worst nuclear accident out of every country on an island somewhere, and I can't always remember the damn name of it. 3 Miles Island, yeah. So, obviously for a nuclear power plant, and then you have what happened in Japan, too. Don't use a negative feedback loop in your power generation, and the reason they did it was because the Soviets were cheap, because we were outspending them, and they were also corrupt as hell. Don't build your nuclear reactor in a, what's the term? I forget the exact term for it, but, you know, in a place that has a lot of freaking earthquakes and can make tsunamis and cause issues. And, then you're fine. You know? And yeah, don't build in a flood zone either. That's all you need, guys. Like, just follow those options. But I remember it was either in New Jersey or New York. They made a new nuclear power plant, and there were still people protesting it. And I remember, like, listening to some people rant about it on TikTok, but the only rants they were giving was they were just crying about it. They weren't giving any, like, factual information on why it's bad. They were just crying. And it's like, bruh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Unironically, nuclear... Oh, there's something floating over there. That's a little scary, but... Nuclear power would fix the energy issue. We would just need the rest of the energy infrastructure for storing all of the energy to kick in. Or upgrade, sorry. And what's crazy about the United States is we have the money to do it, but we spend it on other things like... Do I want to now start ranting about Israel? No, we're fine. We're fine. Do you have those people in your life, though? This is a slightly different topic, but this is just a question I want to pose to chat. Do you have those people in your life where if you say you're against one thing, they immediately go, oh, that means you must like this other thing? Example I'm going to give is when I rant about why I think we shouldn't always back Israel in every situation. I have some people that immediately reply, oh, that means you're pro-Palestine, right? And I'm like, no. 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 We shouldn't be in there in the first place. Haven't we learned that with the whole war in the Middle East? And then they immediately dislike me because I don't support that opinion. But it's like, no. Yeah, exactly, oh, I like pancakes, so you hate waffles. It's like, no. What? Who taught you to think that? Oh, you're American, right. Oh, whoops. It is very hard for me to find people to have intellectually stimulating conversations with. I have a nice network of people that I can do that with. It is a shame, though, that once in a while those people can end up indoctrinated in their own BS, and I lose that ability to have that conversation with them. Fix. Anyway. You like Arma, so you hate Bellum? Isn't Bellum just meant to be a PvP game? Like, from what I've heard, researched, and even asked some of the people that are working on it, like, they're making it just to be a PvP game that's like a modernized version of Squad. They're not even really making it to replace Arma, except for the PvP elements of Arma. Like, that's what's really confused me, and that's why I'm back in this other project right now, because it's meant to, like, be a different option from Arma Reforger, because Arma Reforger's made some really funny changes to things, and I'm, based off of what I hear about Arma 4, I'm just a little concerned for my future as a streamer, so I have to, you know, look into backing another project. Do I play VR games? Not really. The last one I played, I did a little bit of VR in Tarkov. The issue is I have, like, a Generation 1 Oculus from, like, back in 2017, 2018. VR's never really been my thing. But the only two things I touched with it, like, recently, I want to say within the past few years, has been, there was a Homeworld game that came out that was actually pretty dope with it, but it ran like crap because of my Oculus, like, Gen 1 Oculus. I had to, like, run it through Steam. And then a little bit of Tarkov, I think SPT, because you can then do it in Tarkov VR. I had someone else help me set it up, but this was... It's been a while. But that would be stuff I play for fun. Just chill. I'm going to be honest, I prefer to bully people about VR. Like Broadshore and his VR hookers. But no, I think VR is a really cool concept, because it will genuinely, like, help put people together and whatnot. especially like people in wheelchairs and whatnot. That's my little feel-good story, you know? How is that still working? What? The project? We'll get there when we get there. But the good news is I convinced them to focus on modding first, and they're now looking into everything they can mod in. But based off of the conversations we've had and conversation I've had with a few other people, it will be possible. I say this with a 90% certainty, by the way, because there could still be a random pitfall here and there. It will be possible to have a terrain editor in it, have a composition editor, have, like, basically every function you can have for Arma 3, you can potentially put in that. But it's going to take them a little while to get all that set up. But if we're able to get, like, a full-on, like, modding feature on it, like, to put every single type of mod and then a dedicated mission editor, we could have something that actually, you know, I don't want to say competes with Arma because that's not the point here. I literally just am doing this to give other people an option, specifically those that have gotten screwed over by Bohemia. And it's not even Bohemia's fault, it's other modders' faults. And there's a lot of drama behind the scenes in Arma 3, fun fact. And, it's screwed over some really good modders. Just ask Krosk his story. Like, what they did to Krosk is criminal. What they did to J-Max is criminal. What they've done to so many people. It wasn't even Bohemia that did it. It was other modders. Because people are petty motherfuckers. There's a VR system for Arma coming out in September. Is there? How come I don't know these things? Then again, my info network these days is nowhere near as large as what it used to be, but that's also because Arma 3 is my main sphere of influence, and, well, it's on its last legs. There is a mod to make Arma... You know, actually... Shit. With all of the optimization Arma has gotten, I would actually be really curious to look into the VR mod for Arma 3 again. Because by proxy, that should be optimized. And if you run your Arma 3 VR through Steam as a virtual desktop, rather than on the hardware on the headset directly connected to your GPU, I wonder if it won't be capped at 30 frames anymore. That might be my next pet project to look into after Cult of the Lamb. Interesting. Alright, shit. I gotta write this down. There's a new kind of Arma. So are you saying it's another Bohemia product, or is it some other company making another game that's like Arma? I'm going to be honest, though, like, the last few, there have been some Homeworld projects that I only found out through word of mouth because they received zero advertising, even in official Discords. Like, the whole Homeworld VR game I found on a whim, and I'm like, wait, this just came out, like, 2 days ago. What is this? Like, what? And it was actually pretty fun. You could literally be Karen's jet and, order ships around. It was a little bit of a clunky interface, but it was fun. Just got a little boring quickly, but it is what it is. God, mods for something like that. If I could be like a frickin' Admiral Thrawn in a Star Wars sim, and I could just, like, stand over a frickin' 3D interface of my fleet and give them orders in real time. That's what I need. I need a Star Wars, Empire at War mod for my 3D, for my, brain. God, my VR headset. I will literally cover myself in blue paint, get red contacts, and I will freaking... Oh, that's a fat fucking bear. I will literally just Admiral Thrawn that bitch. Oh, that would be fun. Are they both damaged? That's funny. Well, that one's drenched. Star Sector mod. Someone just shot at me. Cool. Really cool. I'm gonna die to that bear now. I heard it aggro, but it might not have aggroed on me specifically, only the gunshot, so I might be okay. No, I'm talking about, like, VR. I'm fucking dead. I am actually fucking dead. Go away. Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Eat the moose. Please eat the moose. I want to clarify, that's a cocaine bear. That thing has like 10 times the health of a regular bear. And it will one-tap me. I don't have a vest on. It will kill me. Why? Because funny. He's after my cheeks. Yeah, well. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Bambi saved me. That's why I ran next to the damn deer, hoping it would eat the deer or the moose instead of me. I'm glad to know it worked. Because I saw him do a slight turn to my side, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's where the moose are. Maybe he's aggroing on the moose. Maybe I'm good. Oh, cool. So that's a spare mag for that. I just don't have any guns for that. Or spare ammo. Nah, so if I had that VR mod, you know, for that, and I painted up myself to look like Admiral Thrawn, here is my top solution for any issue, okay? As an Imperial Admiral, send in another triangle. The rebels are massing up on the border, send in another triangle. I'm pretty sure I can solve any issue by just sending in another freaking triangle. Guys, that's all I need. Just send in a triangle. That's all we gotta do. Sir, they've got bombers. What do we do? Send in 2 triangles and use the TIE fighters and TIE interceptors to destroy the bombers. That's easy. So easy. So easy. Imperial Star Destroyers are not manpower conservative? Go to Dantooine and conscript more of those farmers. Boom. More soldiers. Admiral, we found someone named Ray among the... Shoot her. But, sir, she's a Shoot her. Shoot her. Okay, it's fine.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Hey, Cap. How you doing, buddy?
Been a while. Stopping by to say hi.
How you doing? How's Nerdlet? How's everybody, man? I hope everything's A-okay with you, man. Oh, I'm full. Oh, and I'm freezing. Ah, everything's suffering. No, no, no. Horse. Triangles. Triangles are the future. No, I'm thinking of patrol cruisers. Never mind. What shape is the Arquentine? Shit, if it was Clone Wars, what general would I be? Alright, I need to kidnap one of you and make you be Ahsoka Tano. How about that? What spider? Oh, don't spawn I remember spiders in DayZ. Ugh. Vindicator's a triangle? Gotcha. Nope, that's a zombie. Here, guys, if you make me go to Clone Wars instead and I already got the blue paint, what's a blue alien I could do? I guess I'm doing Ayla Sakura and doing a push-up bra at that point. Since we already have the damn blue paint. I mean, Admiral Yularen, isn't he a snitch, though? That's fine, he's still dope. Whatever. Twi'lek time? Yep. No, I wouldn't be Anakin. I would be Panikin. If my plan didn't work well. I thought that was a good joke. You could shoot me for it. Yeah, Yularen... He joined the Empire and he's like, yeah, this is the winning side. Big snitch. Big boy snitch. Things have improved? I apologize for bringing that up. I did not know. I hope you're doing okay. I hope things continue to improve for you. Wait, why do I got 2 stacks of that divided? Well, yeah, but Tarkin's a little bitch, and he ended up blowing up on a ball. That makes him kind of gay, alright? Let's be honest. He blew up defending a ball in space. I don't know. Seems a little gay to me, you know? I'm just saying. Yes, there is a mod. Huh, Broadshore comes up and asks that. Yes, there is a mod for that. I agree, Tarkin's doctrine is terrible, but let's be honest, he probably also subscribes to the logic of, oh, there's rebels. Send in another triangle. Oh, you know, one thing I could give Disney is the, let me find it real quick. Bloodwing cleaned up my desk, so I've got everything nice and organized here. Ah, here it is. Here's my Fumbled the Bag Award for, when did they get Disney? 2016? Here, Disney, you can take the Fumbled the Bag Award for 2016. Ah, 2015. Okay, I got you. We do have Spaceballs 2 coming out, and I'm excited to see how it goes. Anything that is getting remastered or remade these days, I hold with an absolute grain of salt. I will not pre-order anything. I will not put money down beforehand. I will just wait and see. And if I hear it's good from enough people, I will go and look into it myself. But all of my social trust has been eroded with everything because I don't trust anything. At all. They fumble. Okay. Mandalorian Season 1 was pretty decent. Andor, Seasons 1 and 2, in my opinion, pretty good TV. Rogue One was pretty decent. That's it. Well, Cap, I'm glad to hear you're turning a new leaf with that, and I wish you nothing but the best, man. You've been here a long time. I hope everything continues to improve for you. And I genuinely mean that. And you know, I agree too. I am not the biggest Star Wars fan out there. If I were to choose 3 sci-fi fandoms, it probably... Oh, that's a bloodsucker. It's invisible. But Star Wars had a lot you could do with it, and they fumbled the damn bag. But again, if there's any other shows I missed, or you could lie to me and say a show like Obi-Wan. Yeah, Obi-Wan was a great Star Wars show, right? I don't think there's a Spaceballs mod for Arma 3. But no, alright, top 3 fandoms for me in, like, everything would be... Right now... Battlestar Galactica. That's it. I think that's the only one that hasn't been completely ruined. And I guess my own D&D universe, but everyone has a D&D universe. It's fine. Fifth Element's fun. Is there a whole fandom around Fifth Element, though? But yeah, Multipass. And they also have Twi'leks in the Fifth Element, so, you know, you can't get mad at Ayla Sakura's side gig, right? Oh, what the oh, right, the bloodsucker. Duh, yeah, silly me. Babylon 5 is also pretty dope. I need to find a place to watch Babylon 5. I keep looking on and off, and I can't find it. So if anyone know... It's the racist one, too! God damn it! Dune's also pretty good. I have a personal reason on... Oh, mighty goats of the floor, what are your wisdom? Or what is your wisdom? I don't know. Yeah. I'm not calling you the bloodsucker, I'm calling that thing... Wait, why are you racist? I assume that's why you chimed in. Oh, wait, I know how to get that. What's your opinion on Turkish people as a Greek national? Oh, okay. Bless you. I just cut this. What? Huh?
Happy Halloween.
It's August. Yeah, I'm gonna eat it. I'm hungry. It's not Halloween. I'm just hungry. I feel like you could make a mod for Dune for Arma 3. But yeah, Dune,
You know what you should make a mod of?
What? Oh my god. Alright. Okay, I'm being harassed by a bunch of goats too. Let me... Stop running under me! So, Dune... There's already a Dune mod. Rubik's group did a PV... Oh, Ignis? Nice. Dune, I got a little turned off from, not because of anything that happened with the official lore, but because a buddy of mine ran a campaign in it, and I was playing as a Twisted Mentat, but the two people that were supposed to be driving the campaign didn't really drive the campaign. So then the DM, because he knew I was a good role player, tried to get me to drive the campaign, but I didn't know anything really about Dune lore to do it. So now when I think of Dune, I just think I have those memories, so it kind of, like, drags on me, but it's still a good universe overall. I think they're doing a good job with the movie remasters, but the OG movies were pretty good as well, so... Please, just let me cut the damn spaghetti in peace. Why? Why? I do the animation! Stop it! But yeah, I still like Halo, but I mean, it hasn't been in good hands for a decade. I still like Homeworld, but it hasn't been in good hands since they gave it to Gearbox. I don't trust Gearbox at all because of what they did to Borderlands and what they did to, well, specifically Borderlands 3. I didn't buy Borderlands 4 because of it. many DLCs for Borderlands 3. And then how they utterly bastardized Homeworld 3. Makes me angry. I'm trying to think, if there's any, like, good sci-fi games I played in the past 10 years that I didn't have any annoyances with. I thought Warframe was pretty cool. The only reason I stopped playing it was because of a bunch of social drama with Solar Rails and a clan I joined. That was funny. Yeah, quite a few of you are bringing up Star Sector, so I guess I'll have to look into that one day, but there's 20 other projects that are in front of it, so, oh boy. Any game that's been in early access for like 10 to 15 years is either really, really good or really, really bad at this point. Payday 2 got overhauled and relisted? No way. Back in the day, Payday 2 was just such a fun game to play with friends. But I'm old enough to, like, say, yeah, that was really good. What was my favorite thing? Hoxton Breakout, of course. Oh, yeah. Messing around with my sniper rifle, just blowing shields over. Yeah, cool. I boot up the game. Some guy named the Captain shows up and the frickin' raid doesn't end. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Hey, Rust, what's up? Hey, man, I'm happy to figure that. I hope it helps. I'm gonna be making content till I die. I hope it keeps helping you, man. And I hope you're in a much better place now. That's one of the parts of my job I really do like, is because sometimes people just need something to listen to in the background, and if it helps you out, it helps you out. And that gives me motivation to keep doing what I'm doing. Even if it means a bloodsucker busts in the window, says a bunch of slurs, and beats the shit out of me. I still can't believe I've been doing this for over a decade. And Ramla, hey, I'm glad, man. Payday 3 now is a skill system like in Payday 2. You know, it really does baffle me when video games make choices that they obviously should have done if they even gave a damn and listened to their player feedback. But they don't, and then years later, after something crashes and burns, only then do they start fixing it. What was that game where they completely screwed up and it became a massive meme, but then they fixed it, like, what, 4 years later? Or 5 years? Was that Star... No, No Man's Sky. That's the one I'm thinking of. I don't know if they took 4 years or 10, but they eventually fixed it and delivered on everything they promised, but it just took, like, even more years later. I've heard that one was pretty decent after it got fixed. I think Cyberpunk also had something similar where they basically, like, fixed the entire game after they released it. And I'm going to be honest, I used to like supporting projects like that, but there's also so many bad games out there these days where I genuinely have fatigue of being able to support stuff like that, you know? It's been better for a while. I'm glad to hear, Rust. Life be like that. Plenty of ups and downs. You just got to keep going. Oh, yeah, Sniper Wolf enjoyed murdering me. Yeah. Your entire friend group quit the Payday franchise after they started doing a bunch of microtransaction shit? I don't remember that part of Payday, but I do remember all the excessive DLCs. But there's a lot of companies that do stuff like that, and then they change the meta around those DLCs and blah blah, but, I mean, that was fine. I don't mind a game that does that and then supporting the game by making those purchases, but... Wait a minute. No, I do remember. That was with all the weapons skins, right? And then the microtransaction skins that gave you better stats. Is that what it was? And it was like saves. Yeah, no, I do remember that. I did quit around that time. I do remember, though, like, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to try one and see what happens. And it gave me a pistol skin that actually really helped me out because it basically lowered my stealth to, like, 3. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this is actually what I want. Did I ever play Mass Effect? No. I know a lot of Mass Effect, though, for work and whatnot, but... Andromeda was the latest release and they didn't fix it? That's fair. So you gotta... Here's another thing about games these days. You need to seriously look into who's deving the game. Because I know, for example, a lot of people are excited that they forced Obsidian, or Bethesda, excuse me, to give Obsidian another shot at the Fallout universe. And normally, something like that... Oh, hi, buddy. Can you not? Thank you. Wait, where did you come from? That was weird. And normally that would be like really, really good news. Not gonna lie. But... Wow, that's crazy that you did that. But all of the original writers that worked on Fallout New Vegas aren't at Obsidian anymore. That wound just closed, so I might be sick. So that's gonna be fun, but I do have tetracycline to fix that. So we're not gonna get a Fallout New Vegas quality game. It's going to be done with a lot of writers that don't have that merit. And I think the best way to look at what quality game we're going to, like what level of quality we're going to get, is to look at Obsidian's latest RPG releases, which would be Outer Worlds 2. And I'm going to level with you guys. Outer Worlds 2 is not the best game out there. But that's the type of game we're going to get with Fallout. So I would not hold your breath on the next Fallout game being good. I tell people the same thing on GTA. We have completely different writers that worked on GTA 5 and GTA 6. If you want an example of what that writing's going to look like, go look at GTA Online's latest releases in the 2020s. You're probably not going to like it. But that's what you gotta look at when you see a major game getting out there these days. And the really funny thing is, even if you have the OG writers and everyone back on the team to work on a game, like Homeworld 3, it's still gonna potentially be shit because the thing they make and work on could go to the publisher, and the publisher's like, no, you're gonna redo everything like this. But our fan base isn't going to want that. But we don't publish your work unless you make it like this. Homeworld 3 had a really good story. It had everything going for it. And Gearbox basically said, nope, you're going to make it about giant women. What? Yep. You're going to take Karen Sajet's granddaughter and turn her into a giant woman. What? No! Then we're not publishing your game. But unironically, yeah, so Homeworld 3 got screwed over because they had to completely redev the game's campaign, and the campaign's the main thing people play it for, and that ate all of their time, so they weren't able to release the... I think it was called War Games or something, but it was the PvE game mode that was like a roguelike, which actually was one of the coolest things I've played in a sci-fi game in a while. But they didn't have any time to develop more than a handful of maps for it, so it got super repetitive super quickly. Sorry, not competitive. And the whole game just kind of fell flat on its ass because of that shit. And then, yeah, we don't need to talk about Halo. The latest Halo game was literally just an excuse for Halo Studios to continue to exist on paper. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be bankrupt now, and Xbox is just going to can them. I got a key for free from Halo Studios, and I'm like, okay, I have Master Chief Collection. I've already played through it. I'm just going to look at the 3 missions they made and see if they're any good. Played through half of the first mission and just watched one of the dumbest cutscenes I've ever seen of elites, like, dancing on the ground instead of trying to attack you. It's like, This is not Halo. This is a bunch of theater kids trying to tell me what Halo is. I don't need to deal with that. This ain't Halo. I'm not dealing with that shit. Yeah, Homeworld, and then trying to make up the money, started selling ship factions that should have been free. I'm going to be honest, similar to the Payday thing, though, I would actually be perfectly fine with paying a few bucks to get, like, a Somtov fleet, which I think is what they did. That's not cool. That's a freaking Triceratops. We're going to avoid that. But again, I would be totally fine if the game released what it was supposed to. And here's why Halo 3, not Halo, Homeworld 3 is really personal to me. I was one of their original fig backers. I put a G on that game because, like, the stars aligned. They had the original dev guys. They had everything going for them, and then Gearbox completely fucked with them. They brought in Sweet Baby Inc. You know, if you know about them, you know. If you don't worry about it. They're mostly dead now. Thank God. Oh, a flag. That usually means I get murdered. Oh, beans, though. That's good. Like, they did everything to intentionally sabotage that game, in my opinion. But the game fundamentally changed in its last year to year and a half in development because of publisher interference. And it sucks because I know what the game was supposed to be. I know, they're just radio silent, but at least most gamers now know about Sweet Baby Inc. and they know to avoid it if they see anything tied to its subsidiaries. Thank God for that. And as long as y'all keep voting with your wallets, you will eventually kill all these studios. I don't want to loop back for that, Triceratops. I'm going to be honest, Gears of War is in the same department as Mass Effect for me. I never played it. How amazing BattleBit Remastered was and they went completely downhill. I do remember hearing about that. I just don't remember what happened. I also know Foxhole right now is in ups and downs. If Gears of War, if the new Gears of War thing that comes out is as good as what it used to be, obviously it'll do well. But do you trust the people working on it right now to do well by it? I mean, it's the same argument right now as, like, Warhammer 40k is getting... They had an episode come out in a show called Secret Level. There's a second season of Secret Level coming out, and they're doing another 40k episode. And Henry Cavill, is, I've only died once, Dragon, but we're going to wrap up this part of the stream soon, and I'm going to go work on mission dev. But I trust Henry Cavill so much for what he brought to Witcher, and I trust him to fight for things that we would want to see in a Warhammer 40k show, but I do not trust Amazon at all. And I know Henry would walk away if he didn't get what he want, but I know there are executives in Amazon that would absolutely fight him tooth and nail. That's also why it's taken so many years to get the green light on it. I really hope that project goes well. Because if Henry drops the ball on it, I would say I won't trust Amazon again, but I don't. Go look at Rings of Power. Go look at Willow. Go look at all these other things Amazon's made over the past 6 years. And then realize the Amazon Studios media branch of the company is completely subsidized by other parts of Amazon. Mainly AWS, because that's their main moneymaker. Don't trust Amazon. Yeah, Willow, remember that? I do. It's gone now. You can't find that shit anymore. They purged it from existence. I had a friend that was a fan of it, and they got me to watch a few episodes, and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? What's up? Willow, if you know what that is.
It's okay if you don't. It was bad.
Exactly.
I know Wicker Man.
You freaking wicker. Yeah, lovely.
I
I'm
know
either
One Wish
cold or
Willow.
One Wish Will. Yeah. Thanks, Nikki.
No. No.
That wasn't an invitation.
No, 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 no. Don't do that. You were having a nice stream.
I just hydrated. No. Anyway, that reference is only going to make sense if you watched Obsession, but don't worry about it. It was a good movie. Glub glub goes the fish. Yeah, I'm assuming that was a wound that healed and got infected, so I've got a few things of Tetra that'll fix it. If not, I mean, I'm not sneezing right now, so I think it's the wound infection, but, I mean, the Tetra should fix it. I'm going to be honest, I am on the fence about Ace Combat, only because there were massive amounts of Ace Combat 7 story that just didn't make sense. Firewood, eh? That's going to be some fun firewood. Like, the princess, didn't she jump off the space elevator in the, like, second to last or last mission and then get rammed by a plane, but she's still alive somehow? Like, what? How does that make any sense? I don't know, just... I don't mind shows that play fast and loose with rules, but you still gotta have a little bit of logic behind it, otherwise... Like, I can take a plane having, like, 500 missiles on it. Yeah, fine, whatever. But you literally just rammed a person at Mach fuck you. Like, they should be a stain on your windshield, bro. They're DED dead. I'm sorry. That is what it is. Yeah, the gameplay was solid. And again, it reminds me of Borderlands 3. The gameplay was solid. Absolutely solid. And I am totally fine with that. It's just, like other Borderlands titles before it, and other Ace Combat titles before it, oh, cool, that's something I can't kill. I was there for the story, and the story was just like, huh? 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 Why is my AWACS obsessed with food? Bro's making me hungry. Thick skin, yeah, right? But again, like, stuff like that doesn't fully detract, but it does damage my trust of the brand for future titles. You know, it'll make me go from blindly wanting to get the next one to suspicious of it, and I think that's healthy. Oh, that's a church bell. I thought that was like a howl or something. You know, that's just me. No, Shark, if you look at the cutscene, she straight up gets hit by the damn plane. And if they're not trying to show that, then they did a really poor job rendering that cutscene. Project Wingman, that one's Monarch, right? Go get him! Get him! Kill him! Kill him! Come on, stick the nose on him and kill him! Kill him! Yes. Yeah. What did you just magically turn around for? I'm gonna have to put you down. Now I gotta run because there's dinos around here, and I probably just killed myself. Hey, Kaiser. I heard a distant aggro sound over there, so I'm just gonna get out of here, because there's already a T-Rex. I don't know what else is in that hellhole. There's also bloodsucker spawns, and I don't feel like dealing with that. What's over there? Radar dish? Then again, I'm hearing shooting over there, so I think we're just gonna skirt around the town. Go for somewhere up here and chill. Ooh. How's it go again? Ooh, an object. I like objects. Oh, I do have ammo for you. Excellent. And I do have ammo for the other thing, too. This should take 545, right? Yes. Now I can actually deal with people. The aircraft shields her from a missile. Better ways to show that. Still. Stop objectifying the object? No. It's my stream, and I decide what we objectify. What's GUP? Do I even want to know? Oh yeah, no, my friend group has been mainly playing Pal World. I love how I spent 2 sessions of our time building up a base with 3 oil generators, and then not a day later, actually it was a day later, Pal World updates to make getting the pieces for the oil generators a less of an amount, and it increases the oil generation. So all of the time I spent on the Pal research and on making those, I'm just like, bruh. You know, I'm gonna level with you guys. I've never seen Girls on Panzers. What I do watch, though, right now is Tanya. Latest episode that dropped for Tanya was also pretty funny. Just because I wasn't expecting a general to steal someone's chocolate bar like that. But at the same time, if I was a general, I too would steal someone's chocolate bar like that. Do you not have love for your fellow soldier? Give me that. Motherfucker pulls rank and steals this man's chocolate. Yes, horse. Because funny. That's a very basic interpretation of it. But it's the classic story arc of man versus God, or in this case, well, technically still yes, that is correct. And I think that's just a personal reason, because out of every type of roleplay scenario I've ever done, I think my favorite ones in D&D story arcs and whatnot have been man versus god. They're also some of the most satisfying. Just... Yeah, pretty much, Tech Priest, pretty much. But I'm just thinking to myself, how do I frame this without looking like that fat, ugly bastard that works for the Soviets in the Tanya anime? Shark, whenever people say that, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to look at it, because 50-50, one of you are sending weird things. And I swear to God, if it's some wolf-looking chick with fat tits, I swear. I swear. Yeah, okay, girls and panzers, yep. I know Barbarian, who, you know, one of my editors that worked for me back in the day, he was obsessed with that one chick from Girls and Panzers. Or at least that was his profile pic and everything. No, that wasn't an invite. And no, I don't want goat femboys either. I would really like my DMs to not contain those things. I'm lying to you. Anyway. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up the DayZ stuff in this building. I'm just going to look for a fun place to, Oh, wow, this is only like half built. My thing is goats. You know, we don't have to have this conversation. I'm just saying, we don't. We really don't. Anyway, I'm going to do like 5 hours of mission dev because I need to. The floof tank autist? I don't know. It was the one that kind of looks like Tanya, and I think I mistook for Tanya recently. So whatever that is. Anyway, we're going to wrap